Johnny Sober here. As you can tell, I'm not feeling the best. My voice is a little off. I've gotten sick. So I'm going to actually touch on what it's like. This is my first time being sick. No, sober. Isn't that kind of weird? I mean, my initial thought, well, in the past, if I got sick, that would just be an excuse to isolate. And you know what happens when we isolate. Just leads to alcohol and drugs, which is which is just so unhealthy. I mean, it's crazy, but I came down with this little my throat hurts and I'm not really feeling the best. But man, I started sensationalizing doing drugs and drinking and just getting messed up and like just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, isn't that crazy? Like your body's already sick, and of course, what do we want to do? We want to put more infectious material into our system, and it's so ridiculous. Thank God I don't have to do that today. I also wanted to say, you know what, in this program it says, if you're willing to go to any means to get it, I feel like that's really resonated with me the past few days because, it would have been very easy for me to be like, I'm sick, I'm not feeling good, I'm not going to go to any meetings. But, and I tried, I almost pulled it off. Um, but luckily, like, I have a very supporting wife who was like, no, you should go. And, I have an unbelievable sponsor, thank God for him, because he's like, Johnny, you should go. Put a mask on if you have to. Sit at the back, distance yourself, and go. Um, and I did. I did. I haven't missed a meeting. I made a commitment that I was going to do 90 meetings in 90 days, and I'm staying true to that. So that's really good. I'm really happy about that today. I went to a meeting this morning, and there was a lot of topics on the floor. Um, this is like the third meeting I've been to where I didn't share. Obviously, my voice isn't the best, and I just don't really want to feel like projecting. And to be honest with you, I enjoyed listening. It's one of those rare things. And don't get me wrong, as you can tell, like I love to talk, but I enjoyed listening. But now that I'm home and I have an opportunity to address you all, I think I'm going to address what I was thinking during that meeting. There was a newcomer in that meeting, and she mentioned how boring it is on weekends in sobriety. And all she was doing was sensationalizing doing drugs and drinking. And, I totally get that. I think I made a video in the past where I mentioned me being bored. But today, being 4.5 months clean and sober, I just look back at it and I'm like, man, like how sick were you? Me personally, like how sick was I where like, me not doing drugs and drinking equals boredom. Just the insanity of that statement. Like just the stupidity, really. But that's what it is. Like it's just unbelievable. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been weekends where I'm like, I wish I could be out with the boys, or, it'd be nice to like, you know, go to these get-togethers. But I haven't went to any of the get-togethers, and I haven't went out because I'm not ready to go to any get-togethers, and I'm not ready to go out. But what am I ready for? Well, I'm blessed today because I've been invited to two birthdays. I have my little niece's birthday party tomorrow. Tonight there was a good friend of mine who lives out in the country. He's got a big plot of land. He built this, $250,000 shed that is just like a nightclub. It's really, really cool. Lots of like big bar setup. I mean, I've had a few good times there, I guess. And then after I left that good time, and then it was like Tuesday. I went into that barn on Saturday, and I shut her down around like Tuesday, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Which is again why I'm here. I never want to lose the desperation of getting better. Like I was really desperate this time. Being in treatment, those nights I've spent up pondering, reading my Bible, reminiscing, crying, healing. It's important to take a mental note of that and just remind yourself, like, is it really worth it? Anyhow, I didn't have to make the decision on whether or not I was going to go to that party tonight because the Lord made it for me. As you can tell, I'm sick. So I got no business going to that place. And honestly, I feel really relieved about it because I'm not going to lie. Like, there was a flyer made for the party. It was, it's going to be quite the spectacle. And I'm just so happy that the decision to go or not has been taken away from my hands today. Like, it's just, honestly, again, it's just turning your will over to the care of God as you understood Him, and just keeping your head down, mentally preparing each and every day, praying, meditating, going to meetings, and suddenly things are happening for me without my own will, which is just incredible. I mean, I don't even have to think about going or not today because I'm sick. I'm not going. So I think you take these things as a sign in early sobriety or in sobriety in general. I think you just take these things as a sign. I still managed to get to the gym this morning and still managed to, get to the sauna, try to sweat it out a little bit. Had a mediocre workout, but the point is that I went. And now, I do have my little niece's birthday party for tomorrow. I'm hoping that I can attend. So, I'm going to go out with my wife. We're going to buy a gift. We're going to make the preparation like as if we're going. And then tomorrow is going to be a new day. I'm going to say a prayer tonight and see how I feel tomorrow. And honestly, that's fine with me right now. Like, that's amazing. In the past, I could never do that. Like, I would always try to take control of my own will. I would always try to plan and and anything I planned was never executed because I needed drugs and alcohol. That was the first and foremost thing that I needed. And if I was still in active addiction, I probably wouldn't even be getting the invite to go tomorrow. So who the heck are you talking about? Anyways, yeah. I mean, today I'm just blessed that that I'm able to share these thoughts with you, and I'm able to express myself and talk a little bit about how I feel, and not have to think about, oh, what's this person thinking? What's this person? Honestly, I don't care. I really, truthfully don't, because again, like I said, I almost died. I really did. I almost died. And, it's fine. People have tastes. If this is something you want to hear, then great. And if it's not, that's fine too. like, you know. But I know for some people out there, it is something that they want to hear. They do want to hear about it. They are intrigued about it. And I think more people really, really need to talk about it. And, if Johnny being sober, and sharing it can help, then great. then that's what I'm gonna kind of do. But make no mistake, it's helping me out so much. Um, I'm learning so much in early sobriety. Like I'm actually working the steps this time round. I'm really taking things seriously. I'm going to meetings even though I have excuses not to, but that's also because honestly, like I'm fear. I still have like a healthy fear of missing a meeting and having to deal with my own mind because like I joke about it and I say this is like fighting the Russian every day. You know, normal people may not understand what that means, but for you out there who are looking in on this and have dealt with alcoholism, mental health, addiction, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's an every minute, every half an hour, every day type of disease that you have to deal with. And if you get caught slipping, it's like anything else. I mean, to be the best at anything, you can't get caught slipping. Um, you have to be on your game, whether it's at the conference, it's in the boardroom, it's presenting, it's selling, it's being on a call. Deep down, like if you're prepared or you're not prepared. And my uncle used to always tell me, he said, failure, he was Trinity. He's like, failure to prepare, prepare to fail. And I love that one. That one was always good. But it's so true. I mean, in early sobriety, you really have to prepare. And me being sick was a sign from my higher power that I'm not ready to be going to this party, and that's just fine with me.